Want to speak real Chinese from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ChineseClass101.com.
Welcome to Fun and Easy Chinese by ChineseClass101.com. Have you watched Chinese shows on Netflix? Hi, 大家好，我是李英如。Hi everyone, Yinru Li here. Watching movies and shows in Mandarin is definitely one of the best ways to immerse yourself in a Chinese-speaking environment and learn the most authentic and native Chinese expressions. If you're outside China, Chinese TV shows are still available on streaming sites such as Netflix. Here is my list of the best TV shows to learn Chinese with on Netflix. Before we start, I'd like to remind you of the different dialects in Chinese. If you type Chinese shows on Netflix, a large number of the shows will be Taiwanese shows, and the Mandarin spoken in these shows often has a Taiwanese accent. One main feature of the Taiwanese accent is that they tend to stress and drag the last syllable and put a lot more auxiliary words at the end of a sentence, such as la, ma, o. For example, to say hao, which means good or okay, people in Taiwan tend to say it like hao, hao la, hao ma. Therefore, the Taiwanese accent sounds more gentle and soft. But overall, Mandarin spoken in Taiwan is basically the same as the Mandarin spoken in mainland China. When you're ready to watch shows on Netflix, the very first step is to set the audio in Mandarin Chinese. Putting the subtitles in English is definitely helpful, but keep in mind that the translation sometimes is not word for word, and it may differ slightly. If you're confident, try turn off the subtitles for listening practice. Or if you'd like to practice reading Hanzi, the Chinese characters, switch the subtitles to simplified Chinese if it's an option. I also recommend having a notebook or a note-taking app on your phone available already, so you can take down the words and expressions that you found useful from the shows and try them out in real life. This method is a very important part for learning languages from shows and movies. The number one Chinese show on Netflix on my list is called Day and Night. In Chinese, it's 白夜追凶, which literally means day and night chasing criminals. It is rated as one of the top suspense shows in mainland China of all times. This crime show is about a genius detective who has the weakness of fearing the dark and how he solves murder cases with his identical twin brother who is a fugitive by switching out identities at night. In the meantime, they're collecting evidence to prove that the fugitive brother is innocent. This story will absolutely keep your attention and make you want to watch one episode after another. Language-wise, a lot of the characters in this show do speak with a Beijing dialect, which involves a lot of hua yin, meaning adding the sound after a lot of words. For example, they say Xiao Zhou, the name of the detective's assistant, as Xiao Zhou. So Xiao Zhou is the regular one, and Xiao Zhou is the one with the hua yin. And 快点 means hurry up. With the hua yin, it sounds like 快点, 快点, 快点. This is the typical feature of a Beijing dialect. Unlike other dialects in China, almost everybody, will understand the Beijing dialect without any problem because Mandarin, which is the standard dialect in Chinese, is based on the Beijing dialect. So if you're going to spend time in Beijing, watching this show will get you familiar with how people talk there. Another action thriller on Netflix in Chinese Mandarin is called Chosen, which is the remake of of the show, American show Chosen, that came out in 2013. 杀无赦 is the Chinese name for the remake, which loosely translates to kill all, 杀无赦. The setting of this show is in Sydney, Australia, so 1/3 of the show is in English. The story starts with the surgeon receiving a gun and a picture of a stranger, along with the instructions to kill the stranger in the picture. With occasional English lines in the show and the story that might be familiar to you, this show may be easy for you to follow. And the Mandarin spoken in this show is very clear and very standard, well, except for the leading actor who speaks Mandarin with a tiny little bit Taiwanese accent. If you're into comedies, especially teen comedies, this one is for you. The English title is a literal translation of the Chinese, Take My Brother Away, 快把我哥带走. This comedy series is about the life of a high school girl and his brother. I recommend this show for 2 reasons. First, the Mandarin spoken in this show is very standard and clear. Second, this show is about the everyday life of a high school girl and his brother, so you can find a lot of useful phrases for your own purposes. Next, 文字派对, word party. Although this one is made for young children, there is nothing wrong watching it and learning Chinese from it. Originally, this show is in English, and the audio and subtitles are available on Netflix in Chinese Mandarin and other few languages. The voice actors do speak with some Taiwanese accent, but it is still a great show to learn Chinese from, especially for those of you who have just started learning Chinese. This show is made for babies and toddlers to learn how to talk. So each episode introduces a group of vocabulary words such as vehicles, colors, senses, and feelings. It would also be a great choice for you to introduce Chinese as a new language to your own little ones at home. Want to learn Chinese fast? Get cheat sheets for all kinds of topics: travel, hobbies, love, and much more. You will learn all of the must-know words and phrases for each. So click the link in the lesson description and sign up for a free lifetime account to get them. What is your favorite show on Netflix? Let us know. See you next time. 再见。